A crisis is an event that hinders the flow of life. Through a crisis event, individuals experience loss and grief. Grieving allows individuals to slowly regain their happiness by either experiencing their loss or regaining what they have lost. Losses that are experienced through crisis can be direct and physical or psychological. Through crisis, individuals may also lose their view of the world or part of themselves. An example of a direct or physical loss would be a house burning down, losing a person close to you, or losing a limb. A psychological loss can include moods, social interactions, and the feeling of community. When an individual loses their view of the world, it is usually through a traumatic event, life-threatening illness, or disease. When individuals lose part of their life, it can be through a sentimental object or through a relationship with someone close. In most cases, a crisis can be very dangerous. According to Balno, there are two primary meanings of crisis. The first definition explains that crisis is cleansing and that the individual experiencing the crisis will be purified and free of psychic waste. The second definition explains crisis as a decision where the individual must evaluate their crisis and choose where they want to go as a result. Balno further explains that crisis is important because it allows for growth. A crisis has the power to remove an individual from their normal life. It is up to the individual experiencing the crisis to take action and stop the crisis from continuing to harm their life. Prozac states that it is ultimately impossible to live life without crisis, but he explains that although crisis can be detrimental, it is important to experience because through crisis, individuals are able to find who they are and see their potential in the world.
All drinks are free. We like so rock. We love Patron. We came to party rock. Everybody is on. Shots, 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 shots. Everybody!
Come on, guys. I think our night's over. Yeah. I'll drive.
What's up, ladies? How you doing?
How are you not doing?
Come on, take another shot with me. You know you want to.
No, I know. You're a little bit too drunk.
On.
Get the f off me.
Come on, I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk.
The bar's closed. Go home.
Bar's closed when I say it's closed.
No, it's about time you leave.
What the man? Get the fuck off of me, man. Oh, God.
Get the f out.
After recovering from his accident, James decided that something was wrong and needed to change his life. A week later, he joined an AA group. With the support of his friends and family, he successfully became sober. He is now an active member of his church and decided to attend college to pursue his dreams of becoming a sports broadcaster.
One of the most important things during a crisis is effective communication. Each crisis will carry its own psychological baggage. During a crisis, people often manifest the following psychological reactions: vicarious rehearsal, denial, stigmatization, fear and avoidance, withdrawal, hopelessness, and helplessness. Vicarious rehearsal. Experience has shown that people who watch the crisis happen may actually exercise reactions similar but less reasonable than those who are facing the real crisis. The way humans communicate today allows some people to vicariously participate in a crisis which they have no danger of actually experiencing and try on the courses of action presented to them and how they would go about the situation. Denial. Members of a community will experience denial. The following are some ways people experience denial. Avoid getting the warnings or action recommendations. They become agitated or confused by the warning. They may not believe the threat or crisis is real, and they may not believe the threat or crisis is real to them. An individual experiencing denial may not take steps to ensure their safety until the absolute last moment, sometimes when it is too late. This response is often when people suddenly and deeply feel that the universe is no longer rational. Stigmatization. In some instances, victims may be stigmatized by their communities and refuse services or public access. Stigma, which is the fear of isolation of a group believed to be risky to be associated with. In this instance, a community is more likely to separate from those believed to be infected. Fear and avoidance. Fear is one of the most important psychological effects of a crisis, whether it is the fear of the unknown or fear of uncertainty. With fear as a response to a crisis, an individual may act in extreme ways, and sometimes irrational ways, to avoid the perceived or real threat. Withdrawal, hopelessness, and helplessness. Some people can actually accept that the crisis is real, but it is so real that they feel the situation or threat is hopeless. They feel helpless to protect themselves, and so they withdraw from society completely. Hi, welcome to SAG News. I'm Candace.
And I'm Gracie.
Our top story tonight, Steve Jobs has been fired from Apple.
And amazingly, we have that footage.
Steve, you're fired.
Can't fire me. I started this company. No, this isn't happening. This company will fail without me. This is bullshit.
Boy, that Steve sure has anger problems. What a crisis this is. I wonder what he'll do.
This just in, Steve has purchased Pixar.
An animation company in this day and age sounds pretty worthless.
This just in, Toy Story has broken blockbuster records and is on its way to make history as the first big animation movie.
Unbelievable. We actually have Steve Jobs with us today.
So Steve, how does it feel to have this big accomplishment with Toy Story?
Well, first of all, I told you so. And second, I'm not done yet.
Thank you, Steve, a committed man of very few words.
In other news, Apple's about to go bankrupt, as their computer sales have been declining rapidly.
Ron,
Oh,
you're on.
sorry, man. I got this new app. Anyway, this just in, Apple has been labeled the world's most valuable company.
Unbelievable. We actually have Steve here to comment.
Oh, Steve, back again. What do you have to say about another success?
Well, again, I told you so. And this never would have happened if I wasn't fired from Apple in the first place.
So, through a crisis came an opportunity?
I guess so.
Hi, welcome to SAG News. I'm Candace.
Unbelievable. We actually have Steve here. Oh my god.
Action.
Opportunity to grow as a stronger.
Move, I'm reading for you.